Hello, I'm Jeremy, and welcome to another episode of RevUs Reviews, where mistreated movies get a second chance. Today, we're talking about one of the most bizarre, crazy, and silly, ridiculous superhero movies of all time, The Return of Captain Invincible. Despite what I said in my Howard the Duck review, I don't hate the MCU. I just think it's boring. The MCU is like the boy band of movie franchises, perfectly calibrated to fit mainstream sensibilities, no craziness, no spontaneity, nothing that makes superhero movies, fun. It's just boring. Why am I bringing this up? Because today's film is the exact opposite of an MCU film. A film that's so bizarre, crazy, ridiculous, and stupid that it makes Howard the Duck look mainstream. It's that crazy. But enough beating around the bush. Let's dig into the bizarre insanity of the return of Captain Invincible.
What the world needs now is a shining hero. What the world needs now is a glory man who will fly down and save the day. What the world needs now, yeah, is a hero to help us through. We know we're gonna find it.
Alan Arkin plays Captain Invincible, a superhero with the power of flight, magnetism, and a superpowered computer brain. A long time ago, he was idolized by those around him and spent his time saving the day and even stopping the Nazis. But unfortunately, he was caught under allegations and went into hiding. Ever since then, he's been living in Sydney, Australia as a drunk hobo. However, he's been forced to be a superhero again because his nemesis, the evil Mr. Midnight, has come back and plans to take over the world using a government weapon known as the Hypno Ray. While he initially refuses, the President of the United States, who Captain Invincible talked to when he was a boy, convinces him to come back and stop Mr. Midnight. So with the help of the President and a policewoman named Patty Patria, Captain Invincible starts on a journey to get his powers back and stop Mr. Midnight. The Return of Captain Invincible is one of the most tongue-in-cheek movies I've ever seen. There are so many silly, ridiculous moments in this film, including but not limited to a musical number where the president just says the word bullshit, Mr. Midnight blowing up a miniature of the town, CI's computer brain spiraling out of control, the captain and Patty getting attacked by vacuum cleaners, and my personal favorite, Captain Invincible getting into a fight with a deli owner, where the deli owner takes out a gun that looks like a fish and fires at the captain. No need to rewind the video, I'll repeat myself. A gun that looks like a fish. And while that is probably the most ridiculous moment in the movie, there are many, many, many more ridiculous moments. Next, let's talk about the characters, starting with the man of magnets himself, Captain Invincible. Alan Arkin is really good in the role of the heroic captain. He manages to capture both the optimistic bravado of how he was originally and the drunken cynicalness of how he was after the allegations. It's interesting seeing his journey into becoming a superhero again and taking the steps necessary to foil the evil Mr. Midnight. He's also a very funny, likable character who has cool powers and is determined to save the day. His origin story is also pretty funny. Basically what happened is that while his parents were screwing, some aliens zapped them with a laser beam, and when their baby was born, he became Captain Invincible. And we don't even get an explanation of why they did that. Patty Patry is also a pretty good character. While not especially memorable, she is a very interesting, determined, likable character that works well off Captain Invincible. The President is, in my opinion, one of the funniest movie presidents of all time. He is such an over-the-top, silly character, accentuated by the brilliant performance of Michael Pate. He gets a lot of really good lines, and his relationship to the title character is really interesting. Finally, there's our villain, Mr. Midnight. Mr. Midnight is an awesome villain, mainly due to Christopher Lee's awesome performance. I briefly mentioned him in my review of The Stupids, but Christopher Lee is an awesome actor. Like Tim Curry, Robin Williams, and Jimmy Stewart, Christopher Lee always brings his A game, even if the film he's in is absolute garbage. And he sells the role of Mr. Midnight so well. He's devilishly evil, clever, and manipulative, with a bit of fun added into his character. And while he doesn't face his nemesis until the climax of the film, you can really feel the animosity he has for Captain Invincible. Also, it's clever how he uses CI's fondness for alcohol to weaken him. Finally, let's talk about the musical numbers. Yes, in case you weren't aware, this film is a musical. Why? I don't know. The film isn't really the kind that would be adapted into a musical, and the songs are so sparse that whenever one comes on, it feels jarring. Which I wouldn't mind if the songs were bad, but they're actually pretty good. First, there's Bullshit, which is basically just the president saying bullshit over and over. It's as funny as it sounds. Bullshit is followed up with probably the best musical number in the film, We Need a Hero, which is what I played earlier at the episode's title screen. It's a very fun, passionate, silly, energetic, catchy musical number. There are a few other musical numbers which are pretty forgettable but still alright. And then there's the second best one, Name Your Poison. This musical number is full of camp and cheese. Christopher Lee sounds fantastic and is hamming up a storm. The song has a bit of an 80s rock vibe as well as feeling like something from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And it's a fantastic highlight in an already cool film. In conclusion, The Return of Captain Invincible is an absolutely fantastic, enjoyable, fun piece of absolute insanity. If you're a fan of campy superhero movies or musicals, I highly recommend checking it out. The full version is on YouTube, so it's not that hard to find. Check it out and see how insane superhero movies can be. That's all for now. Join me next time when I defend my favorite sequel of all time, Smokey and the Bandit Part 3. See you then.